Hello everyone, welcome to another video, another planty video. It is me, Desiree. Today I want to talk about some plants I feel I need to reconnect with. You know how sometimes there are plants that we want to check on every single day, like it's the first one I go look at. Does it need water? Does it need to be dusted? Does it need love from me? And then there are plants that just kind of sit there hoping one day you'll notice them. Well, these are some of those plants that I at one time really loved, and I still like them. Obviously, I still have them around because I like them. But I don't know, they're just kind of easily forgotten because they're so low maintenance, or for whatever reason, I don't want to check on them all the time. But these are some that I just feel need some more love from me, and I want to rediscover them, I guess. So let's start with this little cactus here. Should have cleaned off the desk first. This is an Opuntia. It's a variegated Opuntia. And this was my first cactus, which is why I still have it. And this thing has gone through all of my growing pains with me. So I had no idea how to care for a cactus. Like a lot of people, I thought that it could just go forever without water, even though it's living in a south-facing window. It's getting light all day long, hot sun all day. I thought it's a cactus. It could just, you know, make its own water or something. But this plant has been shriveled up like an old raisin, and it still bounces back when I water it. I recently cut some pieces off that were looking really like scabby. I don't know if it was just because it's getting too much sun, maybe the combination of too much sun and too little water. But there were some super dry parts on here. I'm sure you can see, or maybe, I'm not gonna touch it, but maybe this side. There's like a perfectly like straight cut right here. I cut a piece off of there, and then there's also this piece right here that's curled up. I don't know if you can see it. I keep wanting to cut that off because I feel like if I cut that off, it might push out some new growth. Because once I cut off that other piece, this new one popped out, this one popped out, and this little guy has never grown for me, probably because I never give it water. But I keep it around because it was my first cactus, and I've learned all my lessons with this thing. And now when I see these, I don't want to buy one. You know, I love cactus, I love them so much, but this type of Opuntia has like a million spines on it, and they're those ones that you don't really see, but you can feel in your fingers. And those ones are not really my favorite anymore. I like a cactus that I can touch, like the spines aren't all over the entire cactus. So I wouldn't repurchase this, but I do love it. And I think I'm gonna cut that little piece off right now. I have my scissors handy because right after this video, I'm filming the first part of a houseplant massacre that I don't wanna do, but some chopping is gonna happen here in a minute. So I'm gonna cut this piece off. Cool. It's just this little like curled up little piece here. It just looks kind of funny, and that little spot there will heal over and just have a little scab, and I'm hoping it'll pump out some new growth. But yeah, maybe if I repotted it, it has like barely any soil in the pot. Maybe if I just like change it up a little bit, it'll, I don't know, stand out to me a little more. But yeah, he's still here. I still like him. The next plant is one that used to be one of my favorites. I did a video where I ranked all of my philodendrons, and I feel like this one was definitely top 5. And this is a philodendron silver stripe. It looks very similar to the philodendron Brazil, but this one is a little less yellow. It has more of a white variegation. The leaves are more elongated and come to a nice point, and they're kind of slender. This plant used to be really expensive. I want to say this one was like $40 or $50 when I bought it, but I remember getting it on a Black Friday sale on Cactus Club, so I didn't pay the full price for this, but now I literally see this for $10. So it's crazy how plant prices fluctuate. Anyway, I like this one a lot. I'm thinking maybe it's the pot that throws it off for me, but this is also a plant that can go a long time without any love, without any water. It kind of sits there and eventually just starts drooping, and then I'm like, oh crap, I need to water that. It's very pretty, it's very cute, and now that I'm holding it, I'm like, why don't I appreciate that plant more? And when I noticed that I was starting to kind of like on this plant, I ended up putting it in the bathroom because I was feeling the same way about the philodendron Brazil, and I put it in the bathroom and I fell in love with it. Just seeing it there every single day made me really appreciate the way that the leaves looked, the variegation, all that kind of stuff. And it started growing like crazy in the bathroom for some reason. It has the lowest light in there, but the plant loved it. So I did end up putting this in there for a while, but it never really grew on me the way that the Brazil did. So I don't know, I think I'm gonna move it to another spot, maybe here on the desk. maybe right there would be like a perfect spot for it actually. That way I'll see it every single day. It'll get some nice light too. But yeah, silver stripe, I gotta appreciate and rediscover this little baby. Okay, the next one here is another philodendron. And I feel like I've mentioned this in another video in a similar way. Like a plant that I always forget about or something. But this is a philodendron lemon lime, or lemon lime philodendron. I love this plant. You know, I like how it grows. I love that this one fills in the whole pot. I have some other philodendrons like this that only grow at the front of the pot and hang over. But this one, even though it's pretty much in a low light, like it just kind of gets ambient light throughout the day, it still grows and fills out the whole entire pot, which is pretty cool. I got this from Live Trends. It was $12.99 for the 8-inch hanging basket, but I've always disliked the basket color. It's this maroon color, which my theory is they put this color with the plant because it makes the plant stand out more, look more green, or in this case more like neon. You know, it's just a nice contrasting color, so it helps the plant sell. But I really dislike that color. I don't know what it is about the pot, I just don't like it. And that's kind of why I don't pay too much attention to the plant. I ended up putting this one on top of a shelf that holds our DVDs, yes, DVDs, in the living room, and it's fine there. But I honestly just put it there to get it out of the way because I didn't really know what to do with it. But it's doing great there. I have a couple of other philodendrons, the same style one, but it's just the plain green. And they get a lot more light than this one does, and they're not growing all over the pot. They're just growing at the front. They definitely need to get some love from me too, but I don't know what it is about this one that just loves that spot there. I was just gonna say I gotta move this one to another spot so I'll see it more, but it's doing really well there. I don't know, I just need to look at it more, pay more attention to it. But this again is one that can take a lot of drought. It can go a long time without water and be perfectly fine. It just kind of blends into the background, but look how beautiful it is. I need to love this one a little more. It's a nice one. Okay, the last two I want to show you, I wasn't going to show them in the video because they really need water. Their soil is ugly and looks like crap. But the plant itself is nice looking, I guess. But I'll just show them to you. Okay, these are two Peperomia, I was going to say philodendron, Peperomia obtusifolia. One of them is obtusifolia something, because it has like a dark margin around the leaves, and the other one is regular obtusifolia. I have mentioned these in another video where I talked about them. I said that I like them, but I would never repurchase, and I still feel the same way. Even though I keep seeing the obtusifolia variegata, and I'm like, oh God, I need another one, even though the one I have already died, I need another one. So the plants, they're pretty, right? They're nice, pretty, oval, green, solid leaves. They desperately need water, so the leaves are kind of thin and soft, but normally they feel kind of like a succulent, kind of thick and firm. They can take a lot of drought, which is another reason why I always kind of forget about them. They're also on the bottom shelf right there, and right on the shelf on top of them is a neon pothos that kind of hangs down, and it's a little bit of a curtain in front of them. They're here in this room, which gets western exposure. It gets western exposure, so right now as the sun's kind of going down, it's getting super warm in the room. So they do get some nice light. They do fine down there though without the light anyway, like, but they also do well down there like in the lower light situation, which is most of the day in here. But I think they just need to be repotted. Like this one's in, let me show you. I put it inside of this other plastic pot that some other plant came in. It's in the nursery pot. I've never repotted it. The soil looks super ugly, mostly because it's always so dry. And then this one here, same thing. This one, I mean, they're pretty. They're pretty to look at, but I think they just look kind of like blah in these pots that they're in and the way the soil looks. And they're always so dry. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take them outside now to give them some water, but I'm gonna hose them down as well. They're like full of dust. Give them some water. And I think while I'm out there, I'll kind of, before I water them, maybe zhuzh off some of this old soil, give them a new little facelift, a new little home, bring them back in here, give them some love, and maybe they'll kind of flourish. I mean, this one's growing. He's growing a little bit, even though he's not getting a lot of attention from me. But yeah, these are two plants. I still don't know if I love them. I still feel the same, like I like them, but I wouldn't repurchase them. I don't know. They're just kind of, you know, like that to me. But that is it. Those are some plants I really need to reconnect with. The sun is creating all these nice shadows now. My little cactus, I think I'm gonna go repot this one real quick too when I do the peperomias outside, because I think it just needs a little bit of a bigger home, and you know, I don't know, just something a little nicer, especially because this plant has been with me for so long and put up with all of my antics. I want to give him a little bit of a rehoming, you know? But that is it. Let me know some plants you need to reconnect with. I would love to know what they are, or just some like easily forgettable plants in your collection, plants you just kind of don't pay a lot of attention to, but they still give you a lot of love. Like this one. Why is it growing so much? I have no idea. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you don't miss my next one, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.